Hello and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. Let's get right into the reading. Be sure to book your personal twin flame reading with me, as well as to order your inner child healing sessions. Okay, so the first question is, how are you feeling about your twin flame connection? How are you feeling about your twin flame connection? Yes. Love. I love it. So you, of course, are watching this reading because you do have this deep sense of love. You have this connectedness. You can't stop thinking about them. You have this deep appreciation for twin flames who are in separation. This love that you have for them just seems to grow and grow no matter what is happening in your reality. For twin flames who are in communication, who are in connection, the love is also growing for both of you every day. The more you connect, the deeper your connection goes, the deeper your love grows. And so this is so very beautiful because it's confirming your connection. It's confirming that there is this twin flame love connection between both of you. And for those of you who are watching who are in separation, it's confirming that this is a connection unlike any other connection that you've ever had. So that is so very beautiful. I love that it started out with this card. Amazing. Okay, so let's see how your twin flame is feeling about you. What is your twin flame feeling about you? Take this one. Revolution. Okay, so what I'm really getting is the sense that your twin flame is going through their own inner revolution, a spiritual revolution. They are wanting to understand your connection, not so much understand it on an intellectual level, but it's something that they feel is something to fight for. So they pretty much are on the same lines of love, because love is worth fighting for. So whatever your twin flame is experiencing in their life, for those of you in separation, this is about them awakening to the truth, to the higher truth of your connection, that you do have this deep connection, that they cannot forget about you, and that love is worth fighting for. So they may be experiencing a lot of their own emotions. They may be confronted with certain areas of their life that they have to deal with. And it all stems from your love and the awakening that they have received in your connection. Because of your connection, they've awakened to their inner revolution. And so this is about letting go of old systems that didn't work. So old belief systems, old patterns. This is what your twin flame is inspired to do because of your connection. So your twin flame feels very, first of all, very connected and inspired to take this new approach to their life. They feel that it's worth the fight. And because they do see how your connection has impacted their life. They do see how your love, your connection has transformed them, has awakened them. So they are on this path of revolution, bringing in the new. How can I be different so that I can bring love back into my life? That's how they feel about your connection. Your connection has inspired them to look at themselves and their lives, to let go of the old and say, how can I bring love back? So they're bringing love back. Okay. So let's continue on. And where is your twin flame at on your twin flame journey? Where is your twin flame at on this twin flame journey of yours? Discernment. Yeah. So your connection has really inspired them and awakened them to really discern for themselves what works for me in my life, what doesn't work for me. What do I like? Your connection and how they like where they're at is they're really examining what they want and what is good for them. And they're really, I'm getting that they're really looking at your connection as, you know, oh, this is what I got out of it. Like they're all of a sudden awakening to, you know, the benefits of your connection, of everything that your connection has done for them, like awaken them, causing them to look within and say, you know, my twin flame does love me. What am I doing? So where they are on your journey is they're really looking at themselves. So this is great news because they're going within. They're looking at themselves. They're looking at areas of life that they need to get into balance with. So I really feel on your journey, they are now taking this time to really look at what's working for them and what's not working, and really think about like what actions are needed. So this person's like contemplating, thinking, discerning. So really thinking about, you know, what's important to me in my life, and what do I need to do to get there. So they do want this happily ever after with you. They do want this forever love. And they are discerning for themselves what is working and what isn't working, and how to get back to love. So it's like to remember that they are like on their way back to you. They are on their way back home to you. So I really feel that's where they are on their journey. They're on their way back to you. Okay. So let's see what you are, what are you wanting right now? What are you wanting when it comes to your twin flame connection? Of course, I drop it. Go with the flow. So I'm really getting for twin flames in separation. There's this option, like I can go with the flow, or screw that. Like, how do we get together? And like there's this urgency. Like my twin flame has to do what it takes now, which is kind of not going with the flow. So whatever is showing up in your connection, you are meant to go with the flow. And I'm getting that most of you are saying, like, I want my connection now. And I get it. You're wanting it now. So this is more like the more we surrender to the connection, to the journey, when we let go of, you know, timelines and time frames and when and how and when and when and when. I get it. But it's a lesson for us to learn how to trust and surrender in something that we don't know when is going to happen or how it's going to happen. But it is going to happen. So when we trust and surrender, then we are going with the flow. Okay. So let's get some guidance for twin flames in separation. Message from the universe. Can we please have some guidance on for twin flames in separation? Guidance, please. Solitude. So for a lot of us, it's very difficult to be in solitude, and it's kind of easier now with what's going on in the world to have this time on our own. And sometimes it can be very uncomfortable not having, communication or contact, or being able to just, have that freedom to be with others. So the guidance here is to embrace this solitude because it is required. It is necessary for us to be completely at ease in our solitude so that we can be completely at ease within ourselves and by ourselves. When we are in a space of solitude, stuff that we aren't wanting to look at comes up. Emotions, thoughts, feelings that we don't want to feel. When we can embrace that, when we can really sit with ourselves in the solitude, we can sit with anyone. When we can really be there for ourselves, no matter what we're feeling, what feelings come up, no matter what we're thinking or what thoughts come up, when we allow and hold that space to just allow, it gets easier to be with our twin flame and maintain that harmony, because you can sit with them when they are in a space of emotions, or if they're in, a certain kind of thought pattern. We can sit with them and just be with them. If we can't be with ourselves, we cannot be with anyone, much less our twin flame. So being able to be in this space by ourselves on our own is like a very important practice. Even being in meditation can be like in solitude. And when we get comfortable with being in that space, the more that we are able to hold space for our twin flame, no matter what they're going through, no matter what's coming up in life, the chaos, the drama, the disharmony. When we can be in solitude and really stay centered, we can bring that practice to our twin flame connection, that no matter what happens to both of you when you are in union, you can remain in harmony together. So this is a really important practice. I'm getting this message from the universe for all of us to really, become a master at being comfortable in our own silence, being comfortable in our own solitude. Because that's what the lesson is sometimes. When our twin flame is silent, when we don't hear anything from our twin flame, it's the universe saying we must practice being in silence. Silence doesn't mean a negative thing. Silence doesn't mean they don't love you. In the silence, you will hear and feel the truth. You will feel and hear their love for you. The universe is saying, go within and connect to your twin flame, because you will feel the truth. You will feel their love. Okay? So it's a great time to practice going in solitude with all this stuff going on in the world of, everything being shut down, at least here in Ontario, Canada. It's a really good time to practice solitude and face it like a champion. Be like, yeah, I can sit with myself, and I can handle what comes up within me. I can handle these emotions, even though I may not like it, even though it can be scary. Because when we can do that for ourselves, it gets easier to be with our twin flame and just stay in harmony. I love it. Okay. What other message from the universe regarding your twin flame connection? Guidance from the universe, please, on how to navigate this twin flame connection. Oh, every time. Okay. So even though we are in solitude, it's very important to get support. I know for myself, when I first embarked on my twin flame journey, I didn't have anyone to talk to about it. I couldn't talk to anyone about it. People in my circle didn't know what a twin flame was, so how could I really talk to anyone about it? So I get where you may be coming from. So right now, it's so much easier to get the support. And, you know, I'll be hopefully in the new year, beginning that Facebook group for twin flames for clients that I've worked with, and also for others who are really needing the support, because without the support, sometimes it gets very emotional. We get very triggered and we don't know how to deal with these emotions coming up. So do reach out to what's available for you. Also use your intuition, use your guidance, your gut feeling of what feels right and what feels safe for you. I will recommend Sky. She is a twin flame inner child coach. Her and I work very closely together. And so her services are now available for you looking for support. Because to navigate this journey by yourself is a challenge. When I was going through this, all I had was books. There was no internet. World Wide Web was just beginning, so there wasn't much online yet. And so I had books. And so for all of you, there is much more out there that can be available to you. So be sure to get support, because even through readings and through healings, it helps us have clarity, and we're able to deal with what comes up for us emotionally. So that's guidance. And communicate. So for those of you who don't have any communication, this is a message from the universe to communicate to your inner child. When we are shut out by our twin flame, it's because our inner child is feeling shut out from us. It is our job to parent that inner child within us, that part of us that still needs love and attention, that still wants to feel safe and have fun and have joy. There's that part of us, that inner child part of us, that needs our communication. Words of love, telling your inner child that you love them. And discernment. So discern for yourselves what thoughts support you, what thoughts are healthy for you, what thoughts support your goals in your life, what thoughts support your twin flame connection. Discern those thoughts and release the ones that don't support you. So be discerning and let go and release the thoughts that are only creating what you don't want, because our thoughts are super powerful. Whatever we believe in is our reality. So we can adopt new beliefs, but we must let go of the old beliefs by not allowing those thoughts, or just choosing to focus on the thoughts of what we do want. So be discerning with your thoughts when it comes to your twin flame connection. Okay, and then there was another one that fell. Okay, re-energize. So maybe depending on where you are in the world, there may be limited access to places to get re-energized. So even just re-energizing at home, re-energizing by just putting more focus on your self-care. So re-energizing could be like scheduling in a nap when we start feeling burnt out, scheduling in a nice, hot, relaxing bath for when we've had a stressful day. So whatever this means for you, to just really fully take this practice on and do these activities that re-energize yourself, that re-energizes yourselves. Okay, so for those of you who are joining me on Saturday, the 28th, for the Breath of Life Healing, Innerchild Healing Camp, it's a mouthful. I am so excited to see you there. We have an amazing lineup for all of you to partake in. So it's called a healing camp for inner children, but it's more like to get your inner child engaged, and kind of like for those of you who haven't really really started nurturing your inner child connection, this is a great way to start that. So in my stories, there's a link where you can sign up for Saturday. It's from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So please join me. I would love to see you there. I'll be doing an inner child reading as well as emotional freedom technique healing for the inner child. So speaking of the inner child, let's see what is your inner child experiencing that is coming up as a block in your connection. I feel depleted and in pain. So in your experience, you may have been experiencing situations where pain has come up. So this could be emotional pain, like even sadness, anger, resentment, any kind of pain, emotional pain. So this is happening because your inner child is still experiencing pain and doesn't know how to release this pain or this wound that gets triggered. Because think of wounded energy as a magnet. Like we have wounded energy within us, within our inner child from past experiences. And so this energy is like a magnet that will attract more painful situations in our lives. So it's very important that we, treat these symptoms as like red flags that they need to be released and cleared. So what else is coming up from within the inner child that is blocking your connection? So yeah, I'm getting that you may feel depleted and in pain for those of you in separation, because it's exhausting to keep trying at something that seems like it's not going anywhere. And it's because the inner child is still holding on to this pain. The inner child holds on to it like a security blanket because it's familiar, because it's just been going on for years and years and years. The inner child doesn't know how to release that. So in the energy healing work that I do, I help you to release that from within your inner child. So what else is coming up as a block from the inner child that is blocking your connection? I feel undeserving. So the inner child, when as a child, you experienced disappointment in something that you really wanted. It could have been like a person that you had a crush on and they ended up liking someone else. It could be even as a child asking for something for Christmas or for a birthday or for holidays, asking for a gift and then not receiving it. As children, we don't feel deserving when we don't receive what we want. So we carry that as pain. So as adults, we not only stop asking for what we want, we stop believing that we can get what we want because we carry these feelings of undeservingness. When we feel undeserving, when our inner child feels undeserving, we carry this energy like a magnet. So what shows up in our twin flame connection is, I don't feel deserving, so how could I possibly have my twin flame connection? How could I possibly be happily ever after with my true love when deep down inside I don't feel I deserve it? Because as a child I felt undeserving, and as adults we still carry this because our inner child is still carrying it within them. Okay, so be sure to book your Innerchild Healings, and it would be a great honor to be a part of your journey back to oneness, wholeness, and love. So let's get a love message from your twin flame. I want to start brand new with you. See, even if you're in separation and you haven't heard from them, because they're going through this, what was the card? Revolution, or yeah, they're going through this revolution and they're realizing what they really want. There's another card. They're realizing what's important to them, and you're important to them. So I can't find the card. Sorry. They want to start brand new with you. So have faith in that even if they're not reaching out, it's what they want in their heart. They want to be with you. They're just figuring out how to do that. They got to figure themselves out before they can figure out how to get back to you, because they want to start brand new with you. Love it. What else is their message for you? Okay. I am coming home. Okay. So again, they are making their way back to you, wherever they are on their journey, wherever both of you are at on your journey. They are making their way home to you. The universe is guiding them, but the universe is having them do some stops first to take care of things in their life, but they're making their way back to you. So always have faith in your connection and trust that you are meant to be in union. Twin flames are meant to be in union. So it is what's meant to be. So I really hope you enjoyed this twin flame reading. Thank you so much for tuning in and for subscribing and for following me on Instagram and TikTok. I appreciate and love all of you so very much. So again, be sure to book your personal private reading with me and to order your Innerchild Healings today. And I invite you on Saturday. Hope to see you there. And until next time, I'm wishing you all so much love and peace.